Hi, my name is Justin Odisho, and in this Adobe After Effects CC tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create this concentric repeating text effect and some of the new taper and text options in After Effects. So the first thing we can do is just on a new project or composition, grab our type tool and write out whatever we want. I'll use this text txt. It's kind of symmetrical looking, so it's cool. And in the right hand side in the character panel, here's where you can choose everything about the font and the size, and also in the align panel you can choose to center things if you wish or align things however you like. So I have my text in the center and you see the text layer in the composition, and in order to turn this into a shape so we can apply all these cool effects onto it, we're going to right click, go to create, and create shapes from text. That'll give us this new text outlines layer and hide the original one. And if we drop down the contents of this layer, we can see that we have each layer or each letter in its own shape. And we can drop those down as well. And we can see that each letter has a stroke and a fill option. By default, you'll notice the stroke is the visibility of the stroke is unchecked. So if I turn that back on and actually flip it, I can turn the visibility of the fill off, because in this effect, I just want the stroke and not the fill. But I can drop down the stroke menu and it'll give me all of the properties about it. So in this case, I can choose whatever color I want, white, red, blue, whatever. And I can also increase the width and the opacity of that. So you can choose the properties of it as you like. You also have some other options like dashes, taper, and wave. So dashes will allow you to do dashes or dotted text. Taper is a newer feature which will allow you to taper the end. You see how it kind of goes from thick to thinner. And you also have wave, which kind of adds this wavy ripple to the text if you like. In this case, I won't really use that, but it's another option for you. So I'm basically just going to do that for all of the letters. I'm going to just turn a stroke on and turn the fill off and choose a stroke color that I want. I can even make them different for different letters. So once I have the text outlined and colored how I like, the cool part about turning the text layer into a shape is now we can add shape properties with this little add triangle button. And there's actually a lot of cool ones that you can do, but the one that we're going to be using in this tutorial is offset paths, which will allow us to create this kind of concentric repeating effect. So offset paths will apply underneath everything to all the letters. And we can increase the amount, which is kind of the amount that it squeezes in or out. And we can also increase the copies. So this is one copy, but you can see I can increase the amount of copies and also the spacing of everything. So the copy offset, you can push it in or out, and you can play around with the balance of amount versus copies and create some cool repeating text patterns or animations. One idea you could do is start with an amount of a negative amount, so where you can't see the text, add a keyframe, and then move over however many seconds you want your effect to last, and add an amount that pushes it off the screen completely. So then you'll have this cool like exploding text effect. It can be used as an accent or a transition or some sort of text title embellishment. And you can add keyframes and expressions to every single one of these parameters if you want to play around with it, change the shapes, offset amounts, and colors. If you enjoyed this video, you might also like my tutorial on trim paths text, which is similar. You add trim paths, and that allows you to choose like a start and end path and even offset things like that. So you can check that tutorial out on my channel as well, and a bunch of other After Effects and other tutorials on my channel in the playlist. My name is Justin Odisho. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.